Good morning and welcome to Bad Hotel Coffee Chat in Ottawa. This is my Bad Hotel Coffee. It's out of a Keurig, so it's kind of actually like mediocre coffee chat, really. So, Ticats won a spectacular game last night in overtime, and they deserve full measure for that, no question. Another remarkable comeback in a situation where you wouldn't have expected it on the road in the rain, down 15 at halftime. Um, yeah, this is a team that's shown it is never out of a game, and they've shown that a couple of different times, and they've certainly shown they have plenty of confidence in Jeremiah Mazzoli to get things done. And after his second interception, and Austin talked to him as he came off the field after that second interception. Mazzoli was lights out after that point, and for a guy that's been a backup his whole career, Mazzoli's played great when the team has needed him to a couple of times this season. But I always find it interesting that in games like that, the win has a tendency to overshadow some of the things that would have otherwise been a big deal. Head coach Kent Austin made a couple of decisions in that game that were eyebrow-raising, to say the least. Things like going for 2 points when logic seemed to dictate you would go for one, and then going for one when they needed two to tie the game in the fourth quarter. Passing the ball on second down when they were backed up against their goal line right before the end of regulation. I thought that was a strange decision. They had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal late in the fourth quarter and decided not to do that. So just little things like that had the Ticats lost, would take on a much larger prominence. But because they win an overtime game, well, they make the playoffs and all the rest of the fun stuff that happens, all that stuff kind of gets overshadowed. The Ticats did give up 418-yard passing and won the turnover battle 5-2, which isn't going to happen every week. Now, that said, a win like that also has a tendency to overshadow some of the good stuff that happened too, right? So things like Andy Fantu's 8 catches, now over 100 for the season, something that no Ticat player has ever done. The fact that Kevin Elliott had 100 yards receiving his Ticats debut, that was something that, again, that won't get a lot of attention. And the offensive line gave up 1 sack while playing 4 Canadians, including rookie Brandon Revenberg at right tackle. That's remarkable too. I didn't even think about Revenberg most of the game, which is the best compliment of all for an offensive lineman. So that offensive line played very well in tough conditions, with a kid playing tackle that hasn't played it in some time, and they were great. So I'm done trying to figure out this Ticat team. I really am. After losing 3 straight, being on the road, to win a game like that, I think it's unexpected. And so, the East Division hasn't been particularly good, but they still have a chance for first place in the East. It's a tough road, certainly, but they certainly have a chance. But they're in the playoffs, and this is the Kent Austin modus operandi, right? I mean, to play well down the stretch and to be playing your best football getting into the playoffs, and to have a bunch of confidence and to see where that goes. And I don't think this is going to be remembered as a particularly dynamic regular season, given everything that's happened. But the playoff scripts are onto their own, right? It doesn't matter how you get there. It doesn't really matter. So how this ends, it's still interesting, right? It's still unknown. Once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen. So, yeah, and enjoyed my trip to Ottawa too. I had a couple of great meals. I had a vegetarian meal the first night, and then which included cauliflower chicken wings, which at this restaurant called Pure on Elgin Street, which were just phenomenal. Some of the best chicken wings I've ever had, and they were made of cauliflower. And then yesterday at a place called Smoke Shack with my brother, who is the ultimate carnivore, and we ate several different kinds of pork and beef product. In fact, as many as that we could get onto one table. So that was great too. It rained all weekend, but whatever. that just added to the character of everything. Anyway, Ticats are back at it, I think, Monday, so make sure you check out 3 Nation. Tons and tons and tons of interesting stuff on there right now. So check it out. See ya.